Okay. Yo.
Yo.
Okay, this is a test.
Yeah, you might just have to hold it a little bit further is all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can see.
Yeah.
We should be good.
But all right.
Hey guys,
Hey.
it's your boys.
Yeah. Aaron, say what?
AaronSayWhat, CrayJayy, with another crazy. I can't do it. I'm sick.
I'm sick of it.
Yeah. We are doing another one at our job because it's the slow time.
We're on lunch right
And
now,
we're on lunch. These ones aren't going to be as long, obviously.
which could kind of, with that being said, could bring us to our first topic about the issue we run into with the pod.
Yeah. So, you guys who are subbed and watching us, we appreciate it. The issue is coming to that not a lot is happening for us to talk about every 2 weeks. So we are, especially in our podcast area, because it's kind of a niche area. It's not niche, but like it's kind of specific to the point where we can't really broaden the topics we want to can talk about. So we're thinking of doing it once a month, just to play back. And if it's once a month, we might keep it at an hour for the regular ones, or if it goes a little bit longer, so be it, because it's there might be more to talk about then for the
and also like if something happened, exciting happened, let's say, and we have our podcast up for that month, but something really exciting happens to maybe both of us, we can always film another one. It's not like it's like, oh, we're setting it to once a month and we can only do once a month. If there's a month where we have a lot to talk about, we want to film too, we could do that every 2 weeks for that month. It's just kind of right now we're taking it one episode at a time, because like CrayJayy said, it's things are happening, but it's like, it's little things, like nothing long enough to talk about for like an hour long pod. It might be like, oh, this happened, and you talk about it for like 2 minutes. And like, okay.
So, and we don't really want to like do the 15-minute pod, because it's like, okay.
And as the channels grow, more and more will start to happen. So then eventually we can do the pod back to normal, like every other week.
Yeah, and then we'll have more to discuss. We have other ideas that we want to implement on this podcast, but it's just one of those things where we kind of have to wait until then.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So what was the other topic? Because that was even the thing with this pod. We didn't have a whole lot. But
we wanted to do it. So, okay, we could talk about it's kind of a quick one anyway, is the news about A24, the movie productions doing the back rooms, and then they are copywriting it, which is gonna, in a way, kind of involves YouTube in a sense, because first off, I think it was like a bunch of YouTube videos that were released, and then it turned into horror games. So like even horror games are going to be affected by that, especially now, because that is like popping off.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
So like I feel like it's copyright, a movie production copywriting kind of creepypasta kind of would hurt horror gaming content creators a lot, especially since,
for people that do that like those games, I guess they'll have to. I guess it's in the hands of the copyright owners at this point if they want to use, because even if they copyright something, it's up to them if they want to issue a copyright strike or a DMCA takedown,
which they probably will on YouTube.
But so like I guess I don't play those games, so I really don't have to worry about it. But for people that do, they'll have to just kind of take it one video at a time and see. Because like the only other example that I can think of, but it was never an issue, was Scott Cawthon or whatever with Five Nights at Freddy's. Like it turned into movie and stuff, which had, I think it was Blumhouse that did it, wasn't it?
Yeah, but could you imagine like being a horror content like gaming creator, creating game, and then having it basically being taken away from you because a movie production just decides to be like, oh, I want to make a movie of it. Oh no, you can't do it no more.
Did the movie even do good? I don't even know. I heard some people say it was all right.
It was all right.
Yeah.
It wasn't amazing, but it was what it was. Like I said, it wasn't going to be a main topic. It was more or less like, because that opens the door for a lot of movie productions for, let's say, doing like creepypasta movies and just copyrighting it.
I guess another one I just thought of that did it, but they never was Sony did Slender Man, but they never copyrighted the.
But could have, I guess.
I guess
point.
they could have, because there wasn't really technically much of an origin to Slender Man.
Babadook.
What was that one?
That was a creepypasta.
Oh yeah,
but it never was a game.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. Like, and then
that's why you got to be smart if you make something. Because a lot of people, a lot of the times, like whether it's a game creator or anything, they make something and then they sell their rights. You got to be smart with who you're selling the rights to, because then next thing you know, you're like, hey, what? I don't even own the thing I made anymore. So,
and then I guess this kind of will segue, because like I say, we're gonna kind of add everything, is because like we said, this podcast has like no structure right now for this episode. Is uniqueness to video games. It kind of dwindles that down too, possibly, because if you have an idea and you make it something unique, and then let's say movie production takes it, then you're kind of screwed at that point.
Well, I find, like we were going to start talking, but we're like, well, we'll save it for the pod, but about uniqueness, it's kind of a funny thing, is because on one hand, games sometimes feel stale now, but as someone who grew up playing the stuff, back in the day, there were a lot of stale moments too. Like there was fresh new ideas, which you still get to this day. It's just not, sometimes it's just, you'll go longer stretches before something fresh comes out. But I mean, geez, back in the day like early days of YouTube horror games, for example, you had nothing. You had like Cry of Fear, Aoni, Slender Man, like Jeff the Killer, but like the old real cheesy game. Amnesia.
Yeah, this is my first go.
Like there wasn't much to choose from back in the day. The old Wii Grudge game, like there was barely any Silent Hill, but again, that's kind of like a AAA title. And then you had like the Condemned games, but like there wasn't really much back in the day. So it started out pretty dry, and I think YouTube really kind of lit the fire for like the horror genre especially. And then you started getting into some creative ideas and games coming out. And then it would take like a dry spell again. And now I think it's, for the past 2 months, it's been a little dry. There's been stuff, but it's been a little dry. August looks exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Like it may not happen all that often, but there are some really cool games coming out that I'm like super excited for.
I feel like in this day and age, uniqueness is if you're the first one to do something or a game, you're unique at that point. Yeah. But everyone else is just gonna copy paste.
Uniqueness doesn't last very long. No. And that's both on the gaming side of the actual game developers, but also content creating. If you're someone who thinks of a cool new trend idea, it might be yours for a day, maybe a week, and then next thing you know, a bunch of other people are doing it. Yeah. Which, like, I get it. If you think of an idea, it's not like you own that idea. Someone else could also think of it, even if they didn't see your, but sometimes it can be a little discouraging or frustrating, whatever you want to call it. But it's like when you finally, especially as a small creator, when you finally have an idea that's like, oh, this is actually kind of working for me and people are liking it. Here's my chance to kind of stick out from the crowd. Yeah. And then next thing you know, everyone's doing that same thing. And so now that one chance you had to stand out and be different, now you're not different at all. And so that part can be frustrating. Same with game developers. Like they might have this cool game idea. Like, I think Fears to Fathom was one of the first that did like the episodic, like real story, PlayStation 1 style. Like they weren't the first to do the PlayStation, but that style combination of things, like an episodic, true story sent in, and that graphic art style. But now there's so many are doing it. Like Fears of Fathom, Within Static, Tales Beyond the Tomb. I seen there was like some other one that's coming out. It's like, so it's like
Tales After Midnight is another one.
yeah, and so now like they as a developer, they might have an idea to do like, okay, well, the next game will be maybe about like hitchhiking, or someone else already done it. You know, like one of the other ones already done it. So it's like now it really affects, but that's just, I guess, you got to take that with or just take that punch, because that's just how the world goes. There's so many people, so you're bound to have people doing the same thing as you. It's just, it can kind of suck sometimes if you're like, oh, I thought of this new idea, and it's like, oh, someone else now is doing it. So
yeah,
especially like I said, as a small creator, it's hard enough. Like it's already, the cards are already stacked against you to grow as a small creator. So then, like I said, to try to think of, try to do something new. Meanwhile, there's like I forget the exact number, but it's like millions and millions of hours of YouTube content uploaded every day. But so to try to do something new, it's like almost impossible. And then when you do find like a niche or something that's like, let's say slightly new, or maybe it's, you reinvented something old, but you brought it back, and then it's like, you get maybe, like I said, a little bit, now everyone's doing it. You're like, okay, well now I can't stand out. So it's so hard to grow. That like 0 to, I would say, 10,000 grind. It gets easier once you get, I would say, in the couple thousands, but man, that first like slump is difficult.
Nice.
Overheating already.
Okay, well, I can fix that. You can take over.
Okay. But yeah, and then what was the other? I can start the next topic. What was it? Because like,
well, it was, we were kind of both doing it was kind of 2 in 1 with the YouTube.
Actually, I could do this too. Turn this on air conditioning so it's up by the window.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you can put it up by the window because we have the mics by us.
Yeah. That should help.
But yeah, it was the uniqueness on YouTube also, kind of, with the idea of like old video games coming.
Well, yeah,
back.
that was kind of the same. Basically, it was stemming from was just, you know, doing like bringing back old games to see how, you know, and playing them in today's day, which I was doing for a while, and it was fresh, and now I see everybody doing it, so I'm like, all right, well, I'll still do it for now, but I guess if it gets to the point where every single person's doing it, I'm like, all right, I guess I have to think of something else. So it can be, it can be a little, like I said, it's so hard to try to stand out from the crowd, and then when you like step out and then the crowd all surrounds you again, it's like, well, now what? So you gotta you're constantly having to think of stuff, which is why I say, like, with YouTube, it's it's not a physically demanding job, but it is difficult to try to just make it. The chances of making it is so low.
Oh yeah,
but it's doable and it's possible. So you're having to manage that, like, be creative, be entertaining, and then also the main a big part is stay motivated and don't give up and grind and work towards it.
Hey guys, we're gonna cut from here because I gotta play with the camera for a sec.
And welcome back.
Yeah. The camera was overheating. Had to put the fan on it, so the joys.
Yep. Yeah, so I covered pretty much everything I wanted to talk about, but the uniqueness in old games. Anything you want to say?
Well, yeah, for the uniqueness in old games, because we have to have 15 more minutes.
I thought there was another topic though, wasn't there?
There was. I'm trying to save time to make this.
See, this is exactly why we're gonna lessen it to a month for now. A month for now.
So yeah, like, we both kind of tried the old games because I first streamed the Poppy's Playtime, the first chapter and all that stuff, and it did well. You did, what was it recently?
Recently?
Oh, well, what was like the first?
I did like Rake, and
Rake,
I did. What was the one? Slender was the first one I did.
Yeah.
Slender, the 8 pages.
And
Rake was
which definitely it makes it hard to, you know, you try it, you see the views, and then especially you get, like, you know, bigger YouTubers. We're not like going to complain a bunch, but like it is discouraging for you as a small creator trying to do things to get noticed, then having a bigger YouTuber be like, oh, that worked for you? I'm going to take it now. Oh, and then their video obviously gets a lot of views. And then you're like, well, crap, you couldn't say like, hey, I got this idea from this channel.
Yeah.
Which we should, as creators, say, hey, I'm doing this because I had an idea from
even back in the day, like even like we were talking about earlier, like shout out contests were a thing. Doesn't seem like that's a thing anymore. And I want to bring it back when my channel gets bigger. Like I want to help. Because YouTube has rolled out tools to help small creators, but like there's so much going on now with YouTube. It's become so convoluted. Like, so as a small creator, now you got to remember to say, subscribe, like, comment, share, hype the video if you have access. Like, so it's like, by the time you do all that, goes in one ear and out the other. Like nobody even remembers like, oh, I liked it. Oh, I got to also scroll over, hit hype. And then, so there should just be, like I said, like, subscribe, share, like the normal, and, comment. But then to help us small creators, I think the hype idea was, I think maybe there should have just been a whole subsection of YouTube. Yeah. Maybe like a recommended small creators in the or something, something on YouTube.
Yeah, on homepage.
Like you have trending homepage. It could be like small creators. Yeah. Just an algorithm or something that's promoting small creators, like a subgroup, or something. But by saying like hype and all, there's just so much. People have been so like, they hear it all the time. Yeah, desensitized to the terms. Subscribe. Even saying subscribe means nothing nowadays. No. Like saying it, because people hear it all the time throughout every video you click on it. A lot of people, and I don't do it, but a lot of people do it where it's like they'll get like 10 seconds in the video and they're like, if you're enjoying this, don't forget to subscribe. And it's like, I'm like, bro, if I'm enjoying it, it just started. Like, I come from the era like 2013 was when I started, and I did YouTube from 2013 to like 2018, 2019. But that was like, you said it at the end of your video and your outro, and that was it. Like, like and subscribe, and brofist, or like slap that like button like a boss or whatever. It was just once, and because you only said it once, it kind of meant more. Yeah. People hear it all the time. It's just, you become numb to it. You're like, oh, you're like, you don't even pay attention.
The conundrum is especially as a small YouTuber, a lot of people don't give the chance to get to the end. Yeah. You get people like watching like 30 seconds. I totally get it.
And that's why all the gurus and everyone says and it might actually help you. They say like, it will, if you say it, maybe it does help. But I don't know. Like I said, it's just, to me, it becomes more of an annoyance having to say it all the time.
Yeah. Putting the percentage too is a little, I don't like that. Like, 80% of you are
5% of you are not subscribed. So let's change that right now. I'm like, bro, like the way I think of it is like, if someone likes my content, they're going to subscribe whether I say to or not. And maybe, like I said, and maybe number wise, maybe you will pull a bit more sub in if you say it, but it's like finding that balance. Well, do I want to be annoying and say it all the time? No, I want to enjoy my videos. Like the content that we make we're just trying to have fun and make good content. Like we're not chasing numbers, or we're not trying to do like the new school, like follow what the algorithm says and do. It's just, I just want to make good content. And I think there is that shift, hence why a lot of people now have also been doing like the old games and style of content. I think that shift is in the process of like, people just want to get back to like where they can just sit down, relax, watch a video, not be like pop up here, subscribe, you know what I mean? Like ad break. That's another thing is like, holy crap. It's like you just get started on a video and like, now a word from our sponsor, ZocDoc or so, you know what I mean? Like I get it. Like, but at the same breath, it's like, man, back when I did YouTube the first time, sponsors like that were shunned upon. If you took a sponsor, you better be sure as heck that it was one that was good, that you liked, that your viewers aren't going to be mad, because people lost respect for you back in the day. You basically were a sellout. And so I barely ever took some, and then the only ones I ever took were like ones that gave me complete creative control, creative freedom, and let me do whatever I wanted to do for the video, not like having to do like a specific ad read. But like even that, between all the subscribe and then here's a word from, it's like, oh man, where's the actual, you click on a 30-minute video, if you cut out all the times where they're talking about subscribing or reading the ads, it's like, okay, I got a 15-minute video disguised as a half-hour long video. Like,
am I watching TV? There's a couple things that I wish for YouTube should have done the premium. I believe should have been able to, kind of like Amazon, where you're allowed to once a month have a free membership.
Oh,
that,
like
go
Twitch Prime.
yeah. So if you're able to membership a channel,
Yeah,
it
that'd be
gives it for free, like one free use every month. I think that would actually be awesome. If
Maybe they will do that eventually. I don't know.
If I ever got big on YouTube and I was able to talk to them, I would pitch that idea. And the second thing, I feel like, especially nowadays, you might agree with me more, because like back then, nowadays it does not feel like a very supportive community as creators. Like creators don't support other creators as much as because you know, like for ideas, for example, like you know, anytime I've done something that I've seen you do, I always say, you know, my boy AaronSayWhat, you know, for example, Feed the Pit. I played that game. I was like, oh yeah, my boy AaronSayWhat told me that it was a really good game. Yeah. So I decided to check it out. It's never like that anymore. It's like, oh, I can't shout out, or not even shout out, but I can't say, oh, I got this idea from this person. It's like, oh, I magically made this idea.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing too. Like back when I did it, people still would occasionally dog on YouTube saying, oh, my channel, the YouTube channel. But it was not like now. Everyone's just always complaining. If something on their channel is going downhill or something, like maybe their views took a drop a bit, YouTube changed, bro. It's changed. It's like, bro, what? We might have said this before, so I won't talk too much, but like, YouTube does not care. They want you to succeed because the more support, the more creative, or I mean, successful channels on YouTube, the better for them as a business. So, I think I like I said, is YouTube perfect? No, but I think it's better than I could give up everything, Netflix, all that. I could give it all up. Leave me with YouTube and I'm good. But like it doesn't, and maybe like I said, maybe we're wrong. Maybe we're just, it's how we perceive it. But I do agree. I feel like there's less creator support. I remember, I mean, even like, and I know other people, big channels talked about back when YouTube used to do the YouTube Rewind back in the day, and they stopped doing those because it become like a corporate thing. But back in the day, YouTube Rewind was for the year showing, and it got all the big YouTubers together in this like fun videos. Yeah. And that was kind of when people say that when they stopped doing that, that was when YouTube stopped being the original YouTube as we know it. But I do agree that a lot of but I don't blame YouTube per se. Like I don't blame YouTube for being like, oh yeah, they caused everyone to go like corporate and business like and high production value. No, because if YouTube was pulling views regardless, they don't care what content they make. No. I mean, I'm trying to think of an example, but there's channels out there that are perfect example. Well, I'm thinking even bigger than that, where they have such low. There's plenty of low budget, like just people doing like, you know, the most random stuff that's huge. Yeah. Like, you have Mr. Beast pulling a lot of views, which is like a big company and stuff. But then there's also people doing like real basic, like
cutting lawns.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like building a cabin in the wood. Like, so classic YouTube is still alive and well. It's just, I would say it's more of like a lot of creators that kind of corporatized it, where they're like, yeah, let's just keep going because they had the money. Because YouTube pays more now than ever. So now some creators like, and because that's what they prefer. They wanted to grow it into like an enterprise. And I just like the you know, the relatability of like, here's a guy I'm watching on the other side of the screen that's just like a normal dude. And then, you know,
I definitely think streaming definitely got that, kind of helped that skyrocket of, oh, gaming channels have to be high production with like mic, camera, you know, everything set up, everything.
Well, I do think with time, that's the one thing where I'm like, with time, I do think, I always tell people like, you don't have to chase trends and stuff. I mean, if you want to, you can, but I will say, same with like following like the YouTube guru advice, I think is kind of a bunch of baloney. But like, the one thing I will say is time does progress. So if you are still uploading in like 720p, like that's the one thing. Well, try to stay up to date with that. But that's not, has nothing to do with YouTube. That's just, time has progressed and quality has gotten better.
Yeah. And if it's not working for you, you either have to find try something different, because, you know, you got to get out of your comfort zone. For example, well, we could segue this because this to the other thing I was going to talk about is like, if you're not changing something or figuring something out. Because like, for me, example, this is my first YouTube channel. I was like, I still feel like I'm doing pretty well for what I'm posting, for what views I'm getting and all that, because I'm like, oh, at this point in time, 93 subs. I'm like, damn, almost a year. That's pretty good. But then, for example, I just had another channel pop up on my newsfeed, and it was, to me, it was heartbreaking to see, but also, you got to respect the grind for the guy, but also at the same time, it's like, maybe it's whatever you're doing is not working. A guy was thanking for 300 subs, for posting content for 13 years for 300 subs. And I'm not dogging, but I'm like, I respect the grind for staying with it, but at the same time, I'm like, man, you need to kind of figure out what you need to do, because that, if you want that as a job, YouTube as a job, as clearly we both do, because we're doing a podcast, B, we're doing our own channels. You kind of have to figure out what works for you, and that's also kind of goes into the thing where you might have to follow a certain trend or a certain action. You know what I mean? Like, not fully follow the trend, but like, you got to figure something out, because if you don't, well, for example, that guy had 13 years with 300 subs, like that would hurt for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think after 13 years of trying, I would have changed up something, but like at the same time, I guess everyone's goals are different too. Maybe that's all he ever wanted. Like, who knows? But for me, because like I'll go back on, like, I still watch like old content all the time. Like I still watch content from the what I consider the golden era of like 2013 to like 2016. But like I'll go back and I'll hear the guys I used to watch or still watch, but I'll hear them in their old videos talk about YouTube, and even like, yeah, they were all, I don't, because I always believe in honesty, of like, being honest to your audience is going to get you the furthest too. Like, a lot of these guys back in the day were honest with saying, yeah, I do want this as a job.
Oh yeah.
Because that was the other thing. Sometimes people are like, oh, what, you just making videos for money?
It's not scummy.
It's like, would I work any job for free, or given the choice, would you rather work this job for free or this job and get paid? It's like, obviously you got to live.
Yeah.
And so for me, it comes more down to, I just want to get to a point where I don't have to worry about anything else but making videos, and that will subsequently, whatever, a lot of big words I'm not even sure I'm using right. That will, ensure my financial, issues as well. That will kind of provide for that. So at the same time, it's like, but it really, at the end of the day, like, yeah, I need the money to live, so that's why I want. But man, I love making content, and I'm always, every year during the wintertime when we're laid off from our job, it's so much fun, because I feel like I can even dive more. I mean, we've managed to stay consistent all summer with, while working full time and still staying with our schedules, which is great. But I always have this like aching feeling in the back of me of like, I can do more, or I can do more, and I want to do more. Yeah. So it's like, that is like why I want to be able to do YouTube full time, because then it's like I can just get to a point where I can upload daily or whatever I want to do. It's like I can do that, because time waits for no man, as they say. Like it's finite, and it's gone when it's gone. So I just want to really work hard and make this, and I'm gonna, like, I always correct myself and trying to stop myself when I say like, oh, if it's like, no, it's when. Because that's step one in being a small creator, is you got to believe in yourself. You can't expect people to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. And maybe that's like the one thing that a lot of small creators fall into that trap, where they maybe don't fully believe in themselves because they don't see the support yet. Yeah. But you got to believe in the product you make first, and then the support will follow.
And that's the thing, the difference I feel like between us and then, let's just say, someone who's making a lot of money on YouTube. And I could see why people, with certain people, they're kind of, nose to the air, you know, like they think they're better than everyone and all that stuff. Whereas us, we would be happy to make enough to pay our bills, feed us, and pay for the games. I would be happy for that as a job. If I made more, awesome.
Yeah, obviously I would like to make more so I could provide even more opportunities or whatever. But if you're like, hey, here's a guarantee you'll make exactly what you make at your current job.
Yep.
And it won't dip. It will stay. I'm like, done. Yeah. I'd be happy there. But yeah, I mean, the goal obviously to make more because then you can have more. Like, money doesn't solve all issues, but it sure as heck makes life a lot less stressful. I'll tell you that much. Because I've gone through times when I was so dirt poor, trying to scrounge up like a couple dollars to just buy myself like a McDouble from McDonald's value menu to eat, and that was my meal for the day. Like or like ramen, like Mr. Noodle, 25 cents back in the day, ramen. It's like been there to now where I'm pretty like not, you know, I'm not well off, but I'm comfortable. I can pay all my bills and have a little spend. So, and it's like, oh yeah, it definitely helps. I mean, I don't miss the days where I was like scrounging and trying to think like, am I going to eat today? And if so, is it going to be ramen or craft dinner? No, but like, you know, so, and it just to be able, like I said, to be back making the content is so much fun. And I just wake up every day looking forward to, like, I always get excited when I look at the new games, like on what's coming. I'm like for example, August has so many fun games like coming out. I'm like so excited.
And that's the thing, like we've always believed that we would be entertainers.
100%. I don't like, it's like you either you do or you don't, but I would say you'll know. And it's like, you can't lie to yourself. You can lie to other people, but you can't lie to yourself. So you watch and you'll know deep down in your heart if what you're doing is what you're meant to be doing. For me, I'm like, nope, I feel like I'm put on this planet. I feel like because we used to do music and every time we perform live, people loved it and seeing people happy. And like I said, when I was doing my old channel and it was pretty successful and seeing people happy and all the messages, I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do is entertain people and make them happy.
So yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's not a if, it's a when.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for that. And that's why like this podcast, it's kind of like a diary into these channels anyway, because you get to see from the start.
It'd be hilarious. Yeah. Or not hilarious, but cool to see for people that might, let's say a few years down the road, if our channels are, let's say, way bigger, to come back to this and be like, listen to our thoughts when we had like 93 subs and 987 or whatever I'm at now. It's like, it'd be crazy to see that. Or for people, like I said, for subscribers that can listen to every podcast episode, follow the
timeline. Yeah. And then eventually for this podcast, because, eventually we're not going to be small creators, but it'll be the name.
Big creators and bigger dreams.
But we do want to end up interviewing bigger creators eventually. Like there's stuff that is in
or what we could always do too. Another idea was bring on small creators. Yeah, and bring them on,
interview them and look at their channel, and can't really do that if someone's bigger than me right now. 93. Oh, you're 1K subs. You're not doing this. Right?
Yeah, you need work on this.
but yeah, there's stuff in the pipeline as they say.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to cut this one probably right now. My voice is obviously going. But yeah, stay tuned for this one's probably going up in a couple days.
And then the next one will probably be filmed back normally.
Yeah, it'll be a month. One a month. Check our videos. Yeah. Peace.
Yeah.